Hey everybody, it's Ian the Off Kilter Crafter. I hope you're having a great day today. And today, another pink envelope showed up in the mail. I went ahead and opened up the pink envelope, but it is clue number 6 for Name of the Rose, the Spring 2020 Puzzle Mystery Quilt. And yes, I did happen to remember to bring over my Team Electron fabric guide, so that way I could easily remember which one is what. I always forget to do that until I unpackage it and start reading off, and I'm like, oh wait, I need to figure out which one's which. But anyways, let's go ahead and open it up and take a look at what's inside this package. Alright, I've gotten everything unpackaged. We of course have our directions and then our fabric, and let me just say I can't believe we're already in month 6. I know I kind of said that last month when we were halfway through, but we are now over halfway through our 10 months and we are getting ever so close to figuring out what this looks like, and I'm so excited. I cannot wait. But anyways, back to the fabric. For this package, we are going to have, let's see here, we have this is fabric B. So we have 6 small triangles of fabric B. We have, this one is C, we have 4 small triangles of fabric C. This is fabric F, and we have 2 triangles of fabric F. Probably should have done that so that way they fit a little better together, but it's fine. Everything's fine, right? We have 4 triangles of fabric A. 4 small triangles of A. So there we go. So there's B, C, F, and A. We have a large triangle of F. We actually have 2 large triangles of F. Let's see if I can fit this on the camera. There we go. We have 2 squares of B. We have 4 squares of C. Then we have 2 shorter, I'm guessing these are going to be the shorter ones, 2 shorter triangles of A, and then 2 longer, not triangles, that's a rectangle. Wow, do I need to go back to elementary school? Apparently I do. And then I also have, it's gonna be off the frame here, but I also have 2 larger rectangles of A. So 2 small rectangles of A, 2 longer rectangles of A, if that makes sense at all. It should make sense as you open up your package and take a look at it. This is the point though, usually about halfway through, I start feeling like deja vu, because I feel like we have already done one like this, and it may be similar, because that usually happens with the puzzle mystery quilts. There usually are some blocks whenever you're putting them together that are very similar. I didn't go back and look through the other ones, but I feel a little bit of deja vu, and this feels very familiar. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to move all of this out of the way so that way we can start with our first set of instructions. Alright, here are instructions again, and up at the top is where you have the clue. Of course, mine is clue number 6 for the small quilt. I love that it only takes up 1 sheet of paper in order to put this clue together. It's very, very simple to do that. So let's go ahead and start taking a look at this. For our first instruction, we need a triangle of C. So I need to grab a triangle of C. Okay, I know I said I was gonna grab C, but I ended up grabbing all of them just to make it a little easier on you. So here is how this first instruction is gonna look. We're gonna put a triangle of C on the left side of F, and then we're gonna add the triangle of B to the right side of F. So whenever all is said and done, it's gonna look like this when you sew it up. So the first thing is, of course, to attach C onto the left side, and then I'll go ahead and sew B onto the right side, and we're gonna do this twice. So we're gonna make 2 of these. All right, I've got my pressing mat out, and I've just sewn on my triangle of C, and now I'm gonna go ahead and press it towards C. So we're gonna press it towards what we just did. We'll do that, and now we'll go ahead and add on the fabric B on this side. Okay, we've added on B, and so now I'm gonna press it up and over like I do for my half square triangles, so hopefully they don't warp too much. So now here we go. Here is our first instruction. Let's add in our next instruction, which is to join a square of C and press towards C square. So here is my square of C, and I'm just gonna sew it onto the left side of this unit. Okay, we've gotten that all squared away. I'm gonna press towards F now. It's telling me to press towards the F fabric, which is our triangle in the center here. So I'm gonna do that really quickly, and then we'll lay it out. And this is what we have so far, and it looks like we'll be moving on to another step, and we'll need to grab some more fabric. So let's get ready for step number 3. Okay, for step number 3, we need to make 2 half square triangles of fabric B and fabric F, sewing them together and then pressing towards F. So let's go ahead and make 2 of these. Okay, we've gotten that taken care of, so now I need to just iron out my half square triangles. Remember, up and then over, and hopefully that will kind of square up your half square triangles. I don't know that I ever get it quite right, but it's supposed to help. So anyways, we're doing that. Oh, I did it the wrong way. I always do that. I wanted to do it towards F, and I messed that up. Luckily enough, the pressing isn't like the most important thing in the world. I know lots of people on YouTube have told me, or I've seen in their videos, that pressing isn't the worst thing to mess up. Like, there's a whole lot worse that you can do. So I'm gonna fix that really quick, and then we'll get reset and work on the next part. All right, we're bringing back step 2, and we're now gonna match that up to step 3. So we put that on the right side of step 2, and we'll sew them up just like this, so that way it continues that kind of triangle pattern. All right, we have sewn on the half square triangle onto the right side of step number 2, and we have pressed it. It says to press to the right. Again, I always get a little confused on directions, whether it means to press to the right when looking at the correct side of the fabric, or press to the right when looking at the wrong side of the fabric. Again, it doesn't really matter. So it's nice. It makes it look nicer when you can get your seams not so lumpy, but honestly, this quilt is probably just gonna go on my bed, so not a big deal. All right, let's go ahead and move on from step 4, where we finish this part. It looks like we're gonna set these off to the side, and we're gonna start on step 5. Okay, for step number 5, we're going to be joining a triangle of A to a triangle of C for another set of half square triangles. So let's go ahead and work on this. All right, we've gotten our half square triangles put together, and it says to press it towards C. So I did flip it around so that way I could press it towards C. There we go, just like that. Next step is to take a square of C and place it on the right side and sew it over there. So here's our C fabric, and we're just gonna go ahead and lay that right on there and sew these up. All right, we have sewn on the square of C, and now we're pressing towards that square of C, just like that. And now we have a piece that looks something like this. Now we need to do our next step, which is step number 7. For our step number 7, what we need to do is we need to join a triangle of B to a triangle of A. So that way it looks like this. And again, we're doing this twice, so we need 2 half square triangles of B and A. All right, now that we've gotten that half square triangle sewn together, we're gonna go ahead and press it over towards the B fabric. So it looks like that. This is coming out really well, and I'm excited. Now we'll go ahead and move on to step 8. Next, for step 8, we're going to take a square of B fabric and sew it onto the B side of the AB half square triangle. So we'll get that done and take a look at what comes next. All right, for the pressing instructions, it says to press towards B. And I'm assuming they mean the square of B, because otherwise they probably would have said like half square triangle or AB square or something like that. So I'm pressing it over onto my square of B, just like that. And now it says that we're going to join step 8 to step 6. So what we're going to do is we have our squares lining up with C and B, and then our half square triangles with ACBA, just like that. We'll go ahead and sew these together, and we'll get them pressed out. All right, it says to press this to the left, and to the left would be onto the side that has the C fabric on it. So I'm gonna press it out just like that. And here we have our 2 strips, just like so. Now let's move on to step 10. All right, for step 10, what we're gonna do is we're gonna sew step 9 to the top of step 4, and we're gonna press it towards the bottom half, so this strip right here. So this is looking good because all these colors are aligning, which means hopefully I've done it correctly. So we'll go ahead and sew these 2 together and press it towards the bottom. And remember, we have to do this twice because we have 2 of these. I just have the other one off screen. So let's go ahead and sew this up and we'll continue on. All right, again, we're going to be pressing towards the bottom, so I'm going to flip it upside down so that way I can press. And I definitely got a couple of my seams kind of twisted, but again, not a big deal. Don't worry about it. Okay, now that I've gotten it all pressed somewhat nicely, I was telling my friend the other day that I was upset that my lines weren't lining up exactly, like this one has a little bit off, and that we were saying that's what makes handmade quilt so amazing, is all these little imperfections, and you know that it was made with love, so gotta keep reminding myself. All right, next we're gonna take our block of, or a rectangle, or long rectangle of A, and that's gonna attach up here at the top for step, oh hey, this is interesting, I just noticed there's 2 step 10s in this instruction. How funny. Anyways, it's going to be step 11 in this case. It doesn't really matter. The instructions are still going to stay the same, but whenever you sew this, you're going to sew it with the rectangle of A up at the top. And again, we're doing this twice. I just don't have enough room to show both. All right, now that we've gotten this sewn on, we're going to press towards this long rectangle of A, just like this. Alright guys, we're almost there. We're going to go ahead and move on to, and this says step 11, but it's step 12. We're going to go ahead and attach our shorter rectangle onto the side, or on the left side here, so that way it matches up with everything else. So let's go ahead and sew that up. And remember, we're doing this twice. I just have enough room to show one. Alright, now that we have attached our side on here, we're going to press it to the left. Again, I'm assuming that means when looking at the block correctly from the front, then that means pushing it off to the left here, or pressing it to the left. So there we go. We now have 2 blocks that look just like this. We're going to label it with clue number 6. Remember that your measurement should be 15 and a half inches wide by 9.5 inches tall. I never measure them because you kind of make it work, right? So I don't worry too much about the sizing of each of my little pieces here. But anyways, we're gonna label this with clue number 6, and we are good to go. I hope this helps you if you're putting together the Puzzle Mystery Quilt for Name of the Rose, the Spring 2020 Puzzle Mystery Quilt, and we're getting ready to ramp up for our Fall 2020 Puzzle Mystery Quilt, which I'm so excited for, and I can't wait to be your official guide on how to put that one together as well. So make sure if you're going to be putting that one together that you join me as well. If you liked today's video, give it a thumbs up, let YouTube know that you like my video, and then hopefully YouTube will share it across YouTube land. And of course, check out my social media as well. I love posting on social media, and I love getting social with you, so make sure to say hello. Hope everybody has a great day, and remember guys, normal's just a setting on the dryer. Bye!